Like a bowl.
Oh, oops, wrong channel. Sorry about that. All right, guys. So let's talk about this, okay? Today we're gonna be talking about a subject that, to me, is one of my favorite subjects to talk about. To be quite honest with you, and the reason why is because it's the thing that, in all honesty, has given me the most sense of happiness, right? And that's how to develop your sense of purpose. So we're gonna be talking about three strategies, three steps to developing your sense of purpose. All right. And by the way, people, don't forget this. Let me put this right here, okay? Um, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe if you guys like this video, right? And then once you finish, hit the notification button to know when I'm going live and when I'm posting videos, and then join the channel to be part of the member of our channel, okay? All right, so do that. Don't be a freeloader, all right? So yeah, so let's talk about three strategies to developing your sense of purpose, right? And the thing is that when you develop your sense of purpose, guys, your brain becomes, it's almost like nothing could destroy, nothing can stop it. In other words, when you develop your sense of purpose, you don't look at women no more. You do look at women, but you look at women as like a dessert. You don't look at them as a full dish. Your dish is your purpose. So we're gonna be talking about that. And the thing is the sign that you're not on your purpose, the number one sign that you're not on your purpose, there are three ways. One, when you desire attention, right? Two, when you desire attention and money, right? It's actually those two. Those two things will guide you towards things that do not align with your sense of purpose. And what happens when you're not on your purpose is that you get more anxious. Your thoughts are scattered. Anything could deviate you from your emotional equilibrium. And that's why when you're not on your purpose, women can control you better, right? So this video is about strategies to developing this sense of purpose. And guys, I'm gonna be talking about this on in my upcoming seminar in New York City of 2026. Please come. This is literally what I'm gonna be talking about. And to me, this is one of the most important, if not the most important thing that everyone has to do. If you don't do this, your life will be purposeless. There is nothing in the world more important than this, in my opinion. In my opinion, all right. Okay, so let's see what it is. So the first thing is this: discover your calling in life. All right. So with the way you, and again, I'm gonna be going more in depth in my course, and I actually have this in my course. There's like a whole section on this part. For those who purchase my course, you know this, but I'm also gonna be talking about it in depth in my seminar. Right. And it's not like I'm making money from my seminar, people. I just want you guys to come just to see it, you know? So discover your calling is the first one. Look for signs of primal inclinations in your earliest years. For example, for me, I was in awe by Christianity and the spiritual life. I also hated hypocrites. I always believed that people have potential to do anything they set their minds to. I was always somebody who loved teaching, who loved being in front of a crowd, right? And I was also somebody who had a higher level of empathy, right? Those were my inclinations when I was young, right? Look for moments of deep fascination and intense interest, right? Just it's this is an exploration into your past, right? You got to really dig and remember what fascinated you when you were a child. And the reason why you want to do that when you were a child is because when you were a child, the social forces haven't fallen upon you as hard. You haven't When you were a child, you haven't still limited yourself to gender roles. You had an open mind. But as you grow older, your thoughts and your desires were narrow based on social standards and gender roles, right? If you're somebody who has a feminine streak to you, but you're also a man, society will try to suppress that femininity. And who knows, that femininity might be the perspective that you need to find your purpose. So what you got to do is get in touch with those primal inclinations, right? Look for moments of deep fascination and interest. Think back at your childhood, not how you thought about it, but how it felt, right? Remember those feelings of fascination when you were a child, right? Look for moments of deep interest, or either objects or specific ways of doing things, right? Notice what made you different when you were a child, right? Everyone has primal inclinations. It's not the same for everyone. Understand that these moments come as you're older, while watching somebody else masters, right? So it's kind of like, also, to find your inclination, you can also notice as you grew up, people who you admired and why, right? Look at the people, you write that shit down. Look at the people who you admired and why, right? Because sometimes when you see the thing is that everyone has a spirit of mastery. Every person has the spirit of mastery deep within them. And the problem is that as you grow older, society stamps that down, right? And the thing is that it's kind of like when a dog sees another dog, right? The dog just notices there's another dog and they just want to hang out with each other, right? The spirit of mastery. When they see somebody doing something that goes with the spirit that's within you, you may not notice, but that spirit will rise with you and you feel a little bit, a sense of like awe and wonder, or maybe even a desire to do that, right? That's your calling speaking to you. The problem is that most of us are so distracted that you don't hear that thought. You hear the thought of you hear the calling of your purpose, and then you shut it down with a desire to get instant gratification, instant attention, because you're looking at not what he's doing, not the spirit that's inhabiting him, but you're looking at the attention that he's getting. And as a result, you don't get what he has, right? So look for that. When you're young, explore. If you're a young person, explore a bunch of fields that relates to your inclination. Like me, if I really look back at my life, I was a pastor, I was a Bible teacher, I was a healthcare worker, I was a drug counselor, I was a social worker, and now I'm a dating coach. There's a lot of common things in that, people. There's a lot of common things, and I went through a whole bunch of different things and found my spot, right? And I also used to help people stop smoking weed. I know, right? Right. Like painting and trying different kinds of paints, right? Like, for example, what I'm doing right now is I'm learning how to paint, but I'm not just learning how to paint with oil. I'm experimenting a whole bunch of different mediums, not because I'm scattered in thought. And yes, I do learn slower, but what I am looking for is for what does my DNA react to most? What medium does my DNA react to most, right? So it's kind of like I'm trying oil, I'm trying pastels, I'm trying this, I'm trying that. And what's going to happen is that eventually I'm going to throw out this, I'm going to stop using that, I'm going to stop using that, and then I'll find my main medium, right? And that main medium will go with my genetics. And because it goes hand in hand with my genetics, I'll be more focused, I'll be more creative, and I want to do it more. As opposed to maybe if I just stuck with watercolor, yeah, I liked it, but maybe it's at 95%, but maybe oil is at 100%, right? And I'm missing that 5% difference, right? It's all about finding that sweet spot, right? So the next one is so it says like painting, take your time to find your power points, right? Be open-ended, and sometimes it's a combination of different fields. Also, don't think you could find this without work, right? You got to put in the work. You got to really put in the work. You can't just like randomly find this, right? You see, the thing is that some people are lucky. Some people, their calling speaks more clearly to them, right? So it's kind of like the thing, what you have to believe though is that you have a special calling inside of you. You have to really believe that, because every person is unique. Every person's genetic is different, and as a result, you may not get the same result that Lupe Fiasco gets, that Jay-Z gets, that Michael Jordan gets, but you will feel the same feeling of purpose and that same narrow-minded focus that comes with that, right? That's what you want, and I can promise you that if you do that, attention will come. It's just inevitable, right? So realize that the pain of mastery, which is being on your purpose, is tedious. It requires patience. Use this the requirement of having patience. Don't complain about that. Use it as weights. Use it to develop your character. Use this resistance as a way to grow, because that's the key to success. So for example, me, I needed to focus and I didn't have the ability to focus. And so what I did, I started reading self-help books. I started reading and trying to learn. Little did I notice that the information that I was using, other people found it useful. And because I was actually learning not to just learn, but learning to apply, I internalized it better, and then I brought my perspective to what he taught, right? Don't you notice people who read Tony Robbins, a lot of people sound like Tony Robbins, right? It's like they just regurgitating. They're just learning to teach. No, learn to apply. And then once you apply, you develop your own perspective, and then you'll teach it, and then people will not sense the difference between you. People will not notice that you're a replica of Tony Robbins. That's an example, right? So use this to develop your character. Use this resistance as a way to grow, because that's the key to success, right? So they try to go, before learning your, okay, so Learning the skills, because before learning, you sense your limit, right? Before you learn it in anything new, you sense your limit, and it's uncomfortable. So they try to go to a place where they feel at ease and no criticism, right? And that's why when you're on your purpose, you need a challenge. You need a challenge that you could achieve. But the problem is that a lot of people find their purpose that's easy for them, and because it's easy, they don't really learn and grow, and they don't never really become unique, because things that are unique are hard to do, right? So run towards the criticism. Find the challenges. Don't run from it. Embrace the tedium, right? So that's the first thing. So the first thing is to discover your calling, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, I skipped a part, right? The second thing is, know the form of intelligence your brain is wired for, right? Once you know your purpose, once you have a feeling of your purpose, and the next thing is know the kind of intelligence that your brain is wired for. Some people are math, logic, sports, images, music, social, right? Like being able to socialize. Know this and gravitate towards that area. Like me, my form of intelligence is speaking, right? I don't know. Like, that's definitely not math, right? I'm more of a visual person, right? So gravitate towards it, right? Gravitate towards your hot spots. The deeper, and what's gonna happen is that the more you gravitate towards it, your body will come alive, and that's a sign that your body says yes to that, right? And so what you want to do is get deeper and deeper into that feeling of aliveness. Try to gravitate more towards things that make you alive. Don't gravitate towards things that give you satisfaction, right? For example, like I think with me would be meeting a girl tonight, right? It's fun and satisfaction, as opposed to reading that chapter of Robert Greene based on the discovering your calling, right? One will give me excitement. The other one will give me that sense of like fascination, right? Run towards this. I promise you that if you run towards this, you're gonna get this as a side. It's something that's, you have to like almost have faith in it, because when you don't notice it, when you're not aware of this process and you're on your purpose, you're gonna be surprised when the women come. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want the women, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a mind fuck. Like, you can't really worry about that. I know it's so counterintuitive, but it is what it is. All right. So yeah, the deeper you are, okay, right? The deeper you are in your calling, the less you listen to the other voices. So the deeper you feel that sense of purpose, right? The more the voices of the outside becomes drowned out. Hey, you wanna hang out? Hey, I can't hang out tonight. I'm sick. All of a sudden, that doesn't bother you no more, because you're on your purpose, right? Right. So another thing to intensify the feeling of your purpose, right? Because you gotta realize it's a feeling. Some things you could do. One, you could set deadlines to intensify that feeling. This will give you a sense of purpose and give you the power to do more. This is why jobs or commissions do that, right? When you have a job, when you have deadlines, you all of a sudden you focus more. You have an extra level to you, right? It reveals to you that you have more strengths, right? Sometimes understanding how short life is produces this heightened sense of purpose. This puts pressure on you, right? For example, knowing that you're gonna die one day, knowing how short you have in life, for some people could raise their level of sense of purpose, right? But when you think you have unlimited time, when you think you're always going to be young, you're always going to kick it down the road. And then eventually, you're never going to really have time, right? Another thing is use negative opinions to give you motivation, all right? Oh, the next one is absorb the purpose of others, right? For example, when I go to art school, right, I could draw by myself and for a few hours. But when I draw with other people, I draw for double the time. But why is that? Because when it's crazy. Like when I'm in class, there are some students in class that come in early, and you know what? I can sense their sense of purpose, and I come in early too, and I stay late too. You absorb other people's sense of purpose. But if I hang out with the losers, with the lazy ones, I'll end up absorbing their lack of purpose, and that means that some of your friends are not on their purpose. And what's gonna happen is that when you're on your purpose, you're gonna end up losing some friends. You're gonna end up it's gonna happen, because your friends are not gonna want to do the things you're doing, you know? So you want to associate yourself with people who have a high sense of purpose, a mentor, a partner. They will bring it out in you, right? Another thing is create long-term goals, right? This is literally create long-term goals, right? Visualize the fruition of your goals so that can give you excitement, right? That will enhance your sense of purpose, right? But the most important thing is have a sense of flexibility with your goals. Always be willing to move around. You want a list of practical goals and accomplishments so that you can keep going with some success, right? So it's kind of like be flexible. If you have a goal, don't just be stranger with that goal. Always be open to change. That's the most important thing, because sometimes you see your career path in life will never be linear. There will always be turns, and if you really notice the lives of masters, it was never linear. Michelangelo was a sculptor when young, and then became a painter unwillfully. Became a painter, and then he became an architect, and then he was a poet. Leonardo didn't expect to be Leonardo started as a painter, and then he started getting into hydraulics. Then he started getting into anatomy. Then he started getting into archaeology. No, yeah, archaeology, I believe, right? Yeah, and about learning about rocks and nature, and started getting into optometry, learning about astronomy as well. I mean, and the reason why is because it was a natural progression. He was following the feeling of purpose. He wasn't following an image. He was following the feeling. The feeling will tell you what to do. It's crazy. That's why you want to intensify that feeling, so that when you feel that and then you decide to do something, that feeling of purpose, the calling, what's in you, what's really the guiding system will decide. It will give you the right decision. The key is to listen to that, not listen to the voice of the women, the voice of the siren. It's hard to do that, but you got to listen to that and trust it, man. All right. That's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And this is how you find your purpose. And it's something that I talk more about on my course. All right. And I have my online, my fucking, the workshop in October 26th. So go check it out. Okay. And peace out. All right, guys. So I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people. Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right? All right, guys. Shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many, I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81 minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. People, this could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk. And you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay, all right? Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back